Right. Now, before we even talk about building wealth, let's get one thing straight. You have to get your taxes in order first. Think about it. You're working hard, trying to grow your wealth, but every year the government takes a cut of your returns. Now, if that's the case, this makes it extremely difficult to compound your money efficiently. That's why tax planning and wealth management effectively go hand in hand. Now, when you're able to build your wealth in a tax-free environment, the compound effect on the growth becomes exponentially bigger. Because instead of losing a chunk of your earnings to taxes every year, your money keeps growing uninterrupted. So the first thing I do is I help individuals and families to get their tax affairs in order. Now, this is not only to get tax-free growth on your money, but also about protecting your assets. So if anything were to happen to you, your assets are safe. Essentially, we make sure that your wealth is passed on to your beneficiaries and that they gain control of the assets without losing half of it to inheritance tax. And this is the only way to build generational wealth. Now, if you're already living in a tax-free environment, that's great. Now the goal is to make sure that your money is working for you and your assets are structured properly. So basically, we look at where you are today, where you want to be in the future, and the exact steps on how to get you there. Now, when it comes to managing and building wealth, I often refer to the PEPSI model. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of soft drinks, but the PEPSI model is an excellent way to build and manage multi-generational wealth. Now, here's how it works. So, the first P stands for protection. Protection is always the foundation of proper financial planning, especially for families living abroad. This is to make sure that in case of the worst happen to you, you and your loved ones are financially covered. The E is for emergency. This is quite simple. We calculate how much you should keep aside as an emergency fund because life in the end of the day is an ever-changeable place. The second P is for pension. We make sure that you're building a strong pension fund. So the moment you stop working or reach your retirement age, you never have to worry about money again. The S is for savings. Quite simply put, money in the bank loses its value in real time due to inflation. So that means that money that you don't need right now shouldn't sit there losing its value. Instead, we make sure that your savings at least keep up with the rate of inflation, or we try to outpace it. And then finally, the I is for investments. Once everything else is taken care of, we help you to grow your wealth with the right investments. Essentially, we advise on all asset classes, manage the strategy, and provide the investment advice to reach your long-term financial goals. But most importantly, we take care of the whole holistic financial planning around it. We make sure everything is working together and you ultimately never have to worry about money again. Now, I'm not saying this is the only way to manage generational wealth, but in our experience, this approach gives you the best chances of achieving that long-term financial security. Because ultimately, being a wealthy person isn't just about making a lot of money, it's about keeping it, growing it, and in the end of the day, passing it on in the most efficient way possible. So that's what we do.